this is Reverend Don Lewis, and I am here with Bill Duvendack.
Hi everyone!
And Bill has something for you.
Yes, tomorrow on Sunday for St. Louis Pagan Picnic is going to be the debut and release of my new book. Now, I get a lot of people asking me about the title. The Draconian side comes from an offshoot of the material of Kenneth Grant, where he talks about the period before the rise of the pharaohs. So this is the oldest of the old and explains how all those forces conglomerated to lay the foundation for ancient Egypt.
Now, how did you come to write this book?
So, it's really interesting. I've always enjoyed Kenneth Grant's work. But when I started working on this book, it's actually the result of a small group I run within another temple. And it got to the point where I'd ran that for 2 or 3 years, and I thought, well, I've got enough material, and now I'm going to put it in book form.
Very good. Why don't you tell the people watching a little bit about your background and your history here in St. Louis?
Yeah, so I am a professional astrologer, author, presenter, teacher, much like this guy, except he's been doing it longer. I'm based out of St. Louis, but I've got stuff going on nationally. This is book number 9 that's coming out, and I've got 3 or 4 more scheduled for this year. And it's the beginning of festival season, so there's all kinds of travel lined up. And that's it in a nutshell.
Very cool. Now, if people would like to get a copy of your book, or they'd like to find out more about you, where would they go?
BillDuvendack.com. Nice and simple. Or
Very
social
good.
media. I'm on it like a rash.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you for the opportunity, sir. It's always good to catch up with you.
And we will see you throughout the weekend.
Yes, definitely. I'll stop by the booth sometime when you're there.
Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis, and I'm here with Angela Kaufman.
Hi.
And you are the author of this lovely book.
Yes, this is called Queen Up, Reclaim Your Crown When Life Knocks You Down, Unleash the Power of the True Tarot Queen.
And can you tell us a little bit about this?
Sure, so Queen Up is designed to help readers understand the 4 archetypal elemental energies within ourselves and in nature. And I use the Tarot Queens as a face of those energies, but you don't have to know anything at all about tarot. It's not about tarot reading at all.
Very cool. And how did you come to write this?
That's an interesting story. So I had been a tarot reader for years and been a practicing witch for years. And back in 2009, I was crossing the street and was hit by a car. And one of the resulting injuries was a mild traumatic brain injury. And going through the process of recovery, I learned that the energy that I used to identify with, being very, type A personality, intellectual, wasn't quite working so well for me. So there was another aspect of myself that I had to tap into, which was more intuitive, laid back, and I recognized that it was a shift from air element, Queen of Wands energy, to more water element, Queen of Cups energy. And as I was doing more and more tarot readings for people professionally, I started to recognize that other people were going through their own transformations, where how they used to identify themselves no longer was working, and so we had to be open to what are the other powers that we draw on when we're trying to just go through the world.
Very cool. And if people would like to learn more about your book or more about you, where would they go?
My website is intuitiveangela.com. They can follow me on Instagram or Facebook, and Queen Up is available in most places where books are sold.
Now, you mentioned that you had read tarot for many years. Do you still?
I do, yes. I still do tarot and intuitive readings. I've kind of branched it out more into like medium, intuitive, psychic, but the tarot is still kind of like my foundation.
And if someone wanted to know, if someone were thinking about becoming a reader, what advice would you give them?
The best thing that I ever read in a book about learning to read tarot was to think of it like you're walking through a museum looking at paintings on a wall and trying to figure out what the artist wanted to say. Rather than trying to memorize 78 definitions, look at the image and try to figure out what is it that symbolically that is trying to convey.
Very cool. And I believe this is your first time here at the picnic in the author booth?
It is, yes.
Are you having a good time?
Yes, it's been great so far. Thank you.
Very good. We hope we'll see you many years to come at the picnic.
I hope so too. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis here at the St. Louis Pagan Picnic, and I am with Robb Chase.
Hey, how are you?
And you're here at the author's booth.
Yes, it's my first time.
And are you enjoying it?
Very much so. It's a beautiful day. All the people here are very nice.
And you survived the horrible rainstorm last night?
Yes, I'm from Wisconsin. We had some serious rain up there too, but I wasn't here last night, but we had some bad rain in Wisconsin last night as well.
So tell us about what you do.
Well, I'm a fantasy author and script writer. Try to make some movies about some of my books. I made one about one of my feature length out of one of my novels, and I have a series of 13 stories and compressed into like about 6 novels.
Very cool. And if people wanted to know more about your work, where would they go?
Robb Chase with 2 B's .weebly.com.
And you said you had made movies of your work.
Yes, I went to school to try and be a filmmaker, and I did get some people to help me out in making a movie. We filmed it. It was an amateur movie, but I filmed it based on one of my novels, an 86 length feature film I made a couple years ago.
Okay, and if people wanted to see that, where could they find that?
Well, it is on YouTube, but it's hard to find, so you'd have to find me first. I have a channel, Robb Chase, and you can find my movie after you find me.
Wonderful.
It's a great movie.
Ah, very
Hello.
cool.
This is my friend
Hello.
here, my local contact here in St. Louis.
My brother.
Good friend.
Very cool.
Brother of my heart.
She's my earliest fan. She's been supporting me for 20 years now or
Yeah,
so, since
thereabouts.
I've been writing.
And are you enjoying today?
Yes, I am.
Excellent.
I got to listen to Mr. Overon talk, so
Very good.
that's always fun. I've got his guy. I had him sign it when he was at the picnic the last time, 3-4 years ago.
Very good.
This is one of my latest novels, Whisper in the Flame, and there is a little bit of meaning into it. It's almost literal, actually. It's in 2 parts. And the first part, I have a young woman who thinks she should be queen, and she should be, if they still have monarchies. But now they have more of a parliamentary system, so she's not queen. So she amuses herself by charming men to fight to the death with her. And then I have some other characters that try to solve those mysteries in the city, and they have a confrontation with the villain, Peril.
Okay.
That's the first part. And the second part, it transitions into another world where it's almost post-apocalyptic in a way. The buildings and the society haven't been destroyed, but the people have. And one of my characters meets a young woman, doesn't even speak their language, but together they try to solve the mystery of what the Whisper in the Flame. And it's a bit of a romance too. They get to know each other, get to love each other, and they work together to try and solve the mystery.
It sounds like a wonderful book.
I hope it is.
Are you going to make a movie of that?
I'd love to, but it takes money to make movies.
Well, that's true.
Thank you. A program of the event we're here today.
Well, thank you. And where would you send people to see your books and movies again?
Well, my movie is on YouTube,
Yes.
and my books are robchase.weebly.com, or you can find me on Facebook, Robb Chase.
Very good.
Thank you.
2 B's.
Have a good day. Yes, 2 B's, or not 2 B's.
That's
the
important.
question.